Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Hey, what's cooking, good looking? Welcome back to the channel. So, it has been a little under a week since Sagat was released in Street Fighter 6, and I want to talk about him, because Sagat, he's one of my favorite Street Fighter characters. I say this all the time, he's in my top 5 easily, and he might be a problem in this game. Sagat might be an issue in Street Fighter 6, guys, which it's gonna sound crazy because, you know, right when Sagat came out, people were kind of dooming on Sagat, right? They're like, oh dude, they changed Sagat a little bit and now he sucks, he's garbage, I don't know what to think. It's funny because like a very similar thing happened with Mai, right? When Mai first dropped, people were like, okay, you know what, this character's garbage, even though on paper she should be godlike. As it turns out, we were too quick to judge with Mai, and she's like the best character in the game right now, right? So a very similar thing is happening with Sagat. They did change him compared to his more traditional iterations. We'll talk about that in a bit. Really quick, guys, do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe if you guys like fighting games, if you guys like Street Fighter. Help your boy out, I would appreciate it. We're gunning for 3,000 subs. We're almost there, too. I'd like to hit that before the end of the year, but you know what? It's a marathon, not a sprint, but I appreciate any help I can get. So the crazy thing about Sagat, people were dooming him, but Sagat just won a tournament. Punk the God, my guy, shout out to Punk. He just won a tournament with his like day -2 Sagat. Sagat just came out and Punk is already out here putting in work with him. You know? So clearly this character can't be that bad. Usually I like to wait a week or two before I start talking about how good a character is or how bad they are, right? Especially with the DLC characters. So I'm not gonna give like a rating or a tier or anything like that. If I had to, I don't know, man. I think he's like top of A, right? At least mid A tier, either mid A tier or top of A tier, somewhere in that ballpark, you know. But it's interesting because this version of Sagat, he's different than how he's usually portrayed, right? We're gonna be looking at some gameplay from Excuses. Excuse me. My mouth is dry. It's hot out here, man. California is in the middle of a heat wave. I can't talk. We have Kakadu playing right now. He's playing Sagat. Among other people, Bonchan picked up Sagat again, right? Which is the natural order of things, right? Good for him. He's one of the OG Sagat players. He's inspired me to play Sagat as well. And we're also going to look at some Punk gameplay as well in a little bit. But I just want to talk about Sagat really quick because traditionally speaking, Sagat, his main strength for the past 30 years is that he's had a high tiger shot and a low tiger shot, right? And depending on the strength of the button press, that'll determine the speed of these projectiles. Quarter circle forward with punch, that'll give you all the high tiger shots. Quarter circle with kick, that'll give you all the low tiger shots. Quarter circle forward, I should specify. And you know what? Sagat, he was really good at filling the screen with fireballs and garbage. And by the time the opponent got in after dealing with all the fireballs, Sagat could just snipe you out of the air with the tiger uppercut, or he can keep you at bay and condition you with his long-range normals, right? All of his normals, they've historically been very good in their long range. Sagat, he's a big dude, a big lanky ghoul of a man, if you will, right? In Street Fighter 6, low tiger shot is not its own move anymore, right? Now the low tiger shot is quarter circle forward, light kick, right? And then quarter circle forward, medium light kick. Quarter circle forward, light punch. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. And then medium punch gives you a high tiger shot, and then heavy punch gives you a fast high tiger shot, right? So the low tiger shot is tied to quarter circle forward, light punch. That's the only version of the move, right? Which, you know, it's still good. You're still filling the screen with stuff. But like, it's a lot easier to deal with and read now, right? On top of that, you have parries and stuff. So people are like, oh, dude, okay. They got rid of Sagat's tiger shot, his low tiger shot at least, right? He's not as good. Oh no, this sucks. And it did suck for a little bit, right? But what Capcom did is that they made Sagat, he's even stronger in that mid-range area, right? Which is kind of where you want it to be while playing Sagat anyway, right? But if you're playing him right, very quickly your opponent's going to get pushed out of that mid-range area anyway, and they're going to end up full screen eating a bunch of tiger shots, right? how Sagat works, right? Not in this game, though. His game plan is still relatively similar. You want to throw those tiger shots out, but they're not as good. So in no time, the distance between you two, you and your opponent, it's going to get closed relatively soon, right? And then that's where Sagat's long range normals come in, right? Crouching heavy punch, long range ass move, dude. Holy crap. And it's cancelable too? Dude, crouching heavy punch, tiger knee, which is what replaced the low tiger shots, right? Now tiger knee is coral circle forward kick, right? Dude, Sagat and his long range normals and his tiger knees, dude, you're pushing your opponent from coast to coast, right? So Sagat has really good corner game because of this, right? On top of that, his mediums are really good too. Standing medium kick, great move, right, to check people. Crouching medium kick, it's not cancelable to any drive rushes or anything, which Sagat does have a very fast drive rush, but it's good at checking people. Sagat, however, his best normal, if I were to be so bold, I think is connected to his medium punches, right? Standing medium punch into crouching medium punch. Ooh, wait, come on, dude. What, dude? What are we doing? Right, that's what Sagats are doing right now. Just 2 standing medium punches into crouching medium punch. The works, right? And then once they get hit by that crouching medium punch, you go into the Tiger Jinrai, which I haven't even talked about. We'll come back to that in a bit. But standing and crouching medium punch, those are Sagat's, like, dude, those are his, like, god buttons, dude. They're so useful. Those are the workhorse buttons, as my boy Rufamonger would say, right? And then those, they go into, you could throw a tiger shot if you want, but lately, and I say lately as if Sagat has been out for a while, but it seems like people are going into that Tiger Jinrai from that crouching medium kick, or crouching medium punch, right? So the Tiger Jinrai is it's coral circle back kick. Sagat goes into this like knee move, and depending on the strength of the button, of the kick button that you press, there's like a different follow-up. So there's an overhead, there's a straight up damage one, right? That's plus. And then there's a launcher, right? This one can only, it only is a follow-up after the heavy version of the move, right? And this launcher leads to a lot of your damage with Sagat, right? It flings the opponent into the air. You can follow it up with a tiger uppercut, right? Or a full ass combo. The funny thing about Sagat, though, is that he gets access to high damaging moves or high damaging combos relatively early. You don't have to spin a ton of bar to do a ton of damage with Sagat, right? Which is really funny. It's what makes him really good on the surface level, right? If you're picking up Sagat and you just want to try him out and you know see how this dude works, do some high damage, he's really good at that, right? It's that like higher level of play, right? Especially for people that have played him before. He's kind of tricky because he's different now, right? He's gone from this character that wants to be full screen and will snipe you if you get into that, that mid to close range area. Now he's this character that he's a true mid-range character, right? And he can, he can back it up a little bit to throw fireballs, but he kind of wants to march in on you, right? He's like a tank in this game. He's slow moving, but if you give him the chance, he will just crap out ludicrous amounts of damage on you. In my opinion, I think he's great. I think this is the best version of Sagat, just period, right? They took this character that a lot of people considered him kind of boring. I've always liked Sagat just because I think he's an interesting character, story-wise, and once you get into that rhythm of that Sagat gameplay, that flow chart of just throwing fireballs, it could be kind of fun, But this is the best version of him. He's dynamic in this game, Like I said, Punk just won a tournament with Sagat, and he was only out for like 2 days, I think Sagat has a very bright future, On top of that, all the pro players that are trying him out right now and are doing decently, they're all playing him in a slightly different way, right? There's a lot of skill expression with Sagat as well, but he's good no matter which one of these styles you want to go with him. It's really interesting, What do you guys think? Have you guys had a chance to put your hands on Sagat? Do you guys think he's good? Do you guys think he's garbage? Which, listen, I don't blame you if you do think he's garbage. Punk himself, he's like, hey, I just won this tournament with Sagat. I think he's pretty good, but also I feel like he's low tier in some, on some occasions, right? So even Punk is having trouble telling if Sagat's good or not. Like I said, super interesting character. I love what they did with him, like I said, and I will keep saying he's one of my favorite Street Fighter characters ever. But let me know in the comment section below, guys. What do you think? What do you guys think about Sagat? I am curious, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
心の底が話し出す枯れたさながら転がるタイヤのようにタイヤと切る三つ目のダイヤ悲しみが染みた生き死には死にか行きつけば自ら知りある